Our final honoree tonight carries forward the memory of those who gave everything in the fight for truth. The Electronic Intifada is one of the clearest, most courageous voices for justice in Palestine and beyond. Their work continues to honor journalists who have fallen. In Gaza, for example, more than 200 killed by Israel since the genocide began. These heroes who put their lives on the line to make sure stories of struggle and humanity are not erased. Tonight, we recognize Electronic Intifada and the fallen heroes of Gaza that they represent. Please join me in welcoming, on behalf of the Electronic Intifada, Senior Editor Maureen Clare Murphy.
Good evening. Thank you, Aaron, for the introduction, and to Integrity Media for bringing us all together tonight. It's an honor to be here with you all. I was meant to co-present this award to our colleagues in Gaza with my dear friend and colleague, Ali Abu Nama, the executive director of the Electronic Intifada, the organization I'm representing here tonight. Sadly, he cannot be here with us due to the death of his beloved mother, Samira Najjar, but he is with us here tonight in heart and in spirit. And it is with a heavy heart that I present this award to our fallen colleagues, awarding journalists who have made the ultimate sacrifice in telling the truth. In line with Integrity Media's vision that no truth teller should ever have to compromise their principles or safety, a financial contribution will be made to journalists working under fire. Everyone in this room knows that when it comes to exposing injustice, there is all too often a cost to telling the truth. Last year, more than 360 journalists around the world were imprisoned, 69 were missing, and more than 100 were killed in 18 countries, making it the deadliest year for journalists since the Committee to Protect Journalists began collecting data more than 30 years ago. Nowhere is the cost to telling the truth higher than in Palestine. In Palestine, where the slaughter of journalists is a key component in Israel's ongoing genocide in Gaza. More than 250 journalists have been killed by the Israeli military in Gaza since October 2023, according to the government media office in Gaza. That figure, however, does not include the unknown number of people killed in Gaza who weren't journalists by profession, but spoke their people's truth. They include 4 writers who contributed to the Electronic Intifada. Their names are Huda Asusi, Mohammed Hamo, Ra'id Kadura, and the now immortal Dr. Refat Al-Arir, who mentored young people in Gaza to break Israel's siege by telling Palestine stories in English to an international audience. Since October 2023, Israel has denied human rights investigators and international journalists free and unfettered access to Gaza, only allowing reliable stenographers to enter Gaza while embedded with the Israeli military for its own propaganda purposes. And one by one, Israel is killing Palestinians in Gaza, documenting and bearing witness to its genocide. In many cases, the Israeli military smears the journalists it targets and kills as terrorists. All the while, mainstream corporate media outlets in countries allied with Israel have and continue to manufacture consent for the ongoing genocide. And yet, Palestinian journalists in Gaza press on with their work, They press on, even while struggling every day to meet the needs of their family, the basics of life, food, water, shelter. They press on, even knowing that there's a target on their back. And they press on, even with the knowledge that the images, the shocking, horrific, brutal images that they broadcast to the world on a daily basis have not been enough to compel decisive action to end the genocide. I'd like to share the words of my friend and my hero, Assam and-Nabih, who is not only the spokesperson of the municipality of Gaza City, he is a beautiful soul and a brilliant writer. Gaza City, I should mention, is currently under, or has been for most of the past 24 hours, under total communications blackout as Israel advances in its annihilation of the city. After Al Jazeera correspondents Anas Al-Sharif and Mohammed Quraikia were assassinated at Gaza City's Ashifa hospital last month, Assam said of Gaza's surviving journalists, and I quote his words here, "I felt something break inside them, a quiet, devastating shift I hadn't seen before. I think that moment was the final crack in their spirit. For days afterward, whenever we met, I would ask them to be careful. And every single one of them gave me the same answer. It doesn't matter anymore. They're going to kill us all." Sometimes I wonder if this world even deserves the sacrifices of our brave journalists who have given their blood and their lives just to show the so-called civilized world what's happening in a land of genocide. And yet, the world remains unmoved. To our heroic journalists, we do not ask you to stop. You are the noblest among us. You are our voices, our eyes, and our messengers. Continue to tell the truth, not for this indifferent world, but for us, for Gaza, for our memory." End quote. I now invite everybody in this room to join me in honoring fallen journalists and truth tellers in Gaza and everywhere else in the world that the truth comes at the highest price, by observing a minute of silence. Thank you.